Okay, so let's have a look at the different meanings of our human body. So what we've got to try and remember are the different anatomical terms of where things are. Anterior, posterior is all based on the front of the body and the back of the body. Lateral, medial relates to the midline. So if we were to draw a line down the middle of the body, how close certain things are. So for example, if we were to look at the shoulder joint would be medial in comparison to the wrist joint. Okay, we've also got the medial ligaments on the knee and lateral ligaments of the knee, and that relates to different sides. Superior, inferior are related to top and bottom. It's not always the head or the toes. So example in the shoulder joint is superior to the wrist joint. Okay, the hip joint is superior to the ankle joint, and vice versa. That's posterior to the hip joint. Now that will change. So if this person was to raise their arm, okay, up there, then that would then make the wrist superior to the shoulder joint. Peripheral is known as being away from the center of a body part, whereas deep is towards the surface, away from the surface of the body. So we're talking more inside the body when we say deep, whereas peripheral, we're looking more towards the skin structures. Proximal and distal, so proximal would be nearer to the origin of a structure, and distal would be further away. An example here is if we was to keep the shoulder joint, that would be proximal, okay, to the body, and distal would be further away, and that wouldn't change. Even if we raise the human's arm, that wouldn't change. The fingers would still be distal. In relation to prone and supine, prone is where the body faces down when it's in a horizontal position, and supine is where the body is faced up when it's lying down, so the back will be on the floor. Onto the planes of the body. Now this relates to really the way the body's facing and how it moves around these different planes. So transverse plane is quite simple. To move around this plane you are twisting, okay, twisting the spine in this respect, or rotating the body. Now sagittal divides the body from left to right, so a runner running in a straight line would be running along that plane, whereas the coronal, or the frontal as it's sometimes known, would be dividing the body from front to back, and this would be the kind of plane someone would go if they were doing side steps and moving sideways. So the reason we can call it the frontal plane is because that's the way it's facing. That plane is facing forward.